I know I'm recording this shit late, but yeah, these picks that I made this week are definitely causing some insomnia. I didn't expect my team to have this much of a booty poo ass performance because it was fucking awful. As you can see, I've placed just under 63,000 out of 142,000 entries. So again, we were extremely close to winning big money, just a few places away from winning just massive amounts of money. Unfortunately, we did shittier than last week. It was pretty fucking bad. I'm very disappointed in the picks that I made. But anyway, I'm just going to do a very quick review over this dumpster fire set of picks that I did. Teddy Bridgewater was alright, 313 pass yards, 2 passing touchdowns. He almost reached that 15 to 20 passing touchdown mark that I discussed in the last video. But Atlanta's defense was just good enough to stop him. On to my next pick, and my most accurate pick, Josh Jacobs. I was right about the game being a shootout. He did have 2 rushing touchdowns and 77 yards. Unfortunately, he didn't really do too much in the pass game, but I can't really complain. He was the running back 5 on the day. And yeah, I mean, that was really the only bright spot in this lineup. James Robinson apparently can't perform whenever he faces the shittiest rush defense in the NFL. He just can't really do a whole lot. 48 rushing yards. He had 5 receptions. He lost a fumble. He didn't do the greatest. Yeah, so that's a pick I regret. First receiver out of this fucking mess is T. Higgins. I didn't think Baltimore would blow out Cincinnati, but apparently they did. And Joe Burrow sucked ass through a silly straw, so that's really all you need to know about this one. Next receiver, Darius Slayton. This is actually another fairly good pick that I had. He did have 129 yards. Unfortunately, did not reach the end zone. I think he did have a touchdown catch that got called back, so that kind of fucked his day up. And like I said, Dallas's defense just makes every single game a shootout. So I think I'm just going to pick receivers that go up against Dallas because it's almost a given that they're going to have a good game. They'd probably perform better if they just kept their offense out there to play defense and special teams for the entire game. I don't even think there's a point in fielding anyone else because it really wouldn't make a difference. Third and final receiver, Justin Jefferson. Jesus Christ, I feel really bad about this pick. I said that Justin Jefferson was going to spread the ass cheeks of the Seattle defense, and he got his cheeks clapped. He didn't do shit. 3 catches for 23 yards. Adam Thielen had a good game, and he was definitely the better pick here. I really had high hopes for Justin Jefferson. I thought he'd by far be the highest performing receiver out of my bunch here, but holy fuck, no, that didn't happen. That just did not happen. On to tight end, of course, I chose George Kittle after he had a monstrous game last Sunday, and of course he shits the bed today because I picked him. I think I'm going to base my pick for tight end on here just off of who I'm facing at tight end in my yearly league because it seems like whoever the fuck I'm going up against at tight end is going to have a field day. So yeah, Kittle was disappointing, but hey, at least I didn't pick Zach Ertz again. On to my flex position, Antonio Gibson was basically non-existent. 27 rush yards, 24 receiving yards. He had 5 catches. I guess that's really the main bright spot here, but yeah, Washington's offense of course is pretty shitty in itself. I know not quite to the Giants level, but it's close. McLaurin and Gibson are probably the best options on that team, and who knows who the fuck's gonna play quarterback. I don't know, they could bring back RG3 maybe. It would honestly be worth a shot at this point because I don't know if I would trust Alex Smith after that insane knee injury, but I will say I'm very happy to see that Alex Smith is back to playing football, but he really needs to get the fuck out of Washington. Lastly, the shitty defense, the Steelers. I did say they'd bring the pressure, and they did. They had 5 sacks. They even picked off 2 passes, but Miles Sanders had a couple touchdowns, and I don't know, the defense just didn't really play that good. I know it's probably just because I chose that I'm sure they're going to allow 3 points the rest of the year as long as I don't pick them. That's usually my luck. I mean, you know it's bad when the Dallas Cowboys defense outperformed you, especially when they're going up against the shitty Giants who have 0 offense. That's how you know it's a bad day. But yeah, to really sum it up, the picks were shit, and that's really all that needs to be said. I think it would actually be easier to pass a fucking kidney stone than look at the numbers that my guys put up this week because they're so bad, and I am very, very disappointed in these picks. But on the bright side, there's really nowhere to go but up because, I mean, I scored 100 points. 100 fucking points. I don't think it can get any worse than that. I really don't think so. I usually fare decently in fantasy. This was definitely one of my worst weeks. So I'm confident that soon I will be winning big money and planning my retirement. But yeah, that's it for this video. I plan on doing week 6 fantasy football picks sometime this week. So be on the lookout for that if you want to see potentially even more trash picks. But yeah, that's it. Later, guys.